Awesome. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are going to be discussing something really, really interesting. Harry and Rashi and me, we were having a conversation and we were just wondering what if this we could invite more people to possibilities with these conversations that you're planning to have and invite you to a space where you never ever feel that you don't have a choice anymore. So can you hear me, Malvi? What happened? Is the voice
There,
clear,
Uh,
audible, or
it
there is
is.
a lot of
Voice
echo.
is audible, but
There
it's
is a lot of
metallic.
echo.
I think it's in India. Go on, Smriti, just go on,
Maybe
right?
you can just go on. I think the echo from the back, which is like, or if you want to move forward towards the screen.
okay, cool. All right, no worries.
Okay, now
Uh,
it's
so
clear.
yeah, I was just talking about like we were having a conversation, Rashi and Harry and I, and we thought, what if we could actually convert those conversations into a call and invite more people to know that they always have a choice, that they don't need to be controlled by anyone or anything, and there's a lot that's going on where people tend to control you or where you where people tend to be a weird energy that how can you choose something else without my permission and so on. So we were just thinking of just having a conversation and inviting more people to just so much more possibilities. So yeah, Rashi, what would you like to add to that first?
So I would just like, as you said, we just were having a common conversation, like, as being an access, as a CF and everything that we do here as whispers and sometimes directly, that sometimes people just feel, what, I cannot do this or I cannot do that because there's a things behind it. So you guys need to, we just wanted to give you all a space of to feel you guys always have a choice. And we're giving the space that take your power back. And even wherever you guys unknowingly, even like, sometimes we're not even aware. So we need to start looking at the space that where do I check out in my reality, that where we give people or situations that power. And this is not just for access, this is for every area of our life. That where do we give people that, what, he or she can control me or tell me I can't be enough or I need to do only these things with you or not go here and beyond that. So if we just acknowledge that the power is within all of us, our idea out here was to empower you that we all in our own way daily are learning and growing. So if you just acknowledge that we all are equally potent, it's not about, someone being a CF, someone being a facilitator, or someone being over experienced or less. There's nothing like that. It's just a control of this reality. The minute you guys all start looking at it, what works for me and trusting that, and it's okay to offend people. No one can come and harm you. No one can come and kill you in this reality. We all know that. The minute you go like, oh, what, he or she can come and talk crap about me or this, okay, we all understand energy wise that you're going to make more money. So are you really ready to receive that? The point is we tend to believe that it's easier to get control. So I'll play safe. I'll be less. I don't want to get into that, that what is that thing of, I don't want to get into that mess of this reality. I anyway have 10 other messes. Why should I get into in my work field or in my family or in my society? Wherever, we all justifying to that energy. So it was not just to look from access. Our space was here to give you all that can we all out here trust what we know. And even if someone still likes to give their power away, okay, somewhere it is working for you. It's no right or wrong, but it's the space to empower you more, that take your power back and create what you truly are asking for. And yes, Harry, really would like to add here something.
I just wanted to say, like, it's really your choice. What do you want to do with control? You want to be controlled or you want to be out of control? And sometimes there are people who would love to be in control. Like they would have some person in their life who would they look up to as a guru or a role model, and they would just love to blindly follow them. That's again their own choice. So, looking at the point of view about control, who else is there to share what's control for them? Anyone would like to come up on the screen, off screen, share in chat? What's control for you?
Anju wants to go ahead. Anjali, unmute.
Yeah. You know, firstly, I'm checking this out, is control, or does control mean wanting things my way, things to be done my way, or the way it pleases me?
What do you know?
That's what I think.
And does that create more for you when you do that?
Well, vicious circle. If the person listens, then it does. If they don't, it's problem.
But how much you have to do to make them control you, or vice versa? How much that whole strength, that mental, emotional, how much energy goes in that?
You know, if I am in a situation where I am controlling, उस टाइम नहीं समझ आता, इन हाइंडसाइट लगता है क्या मैं कंट्रोल कर रही थी कि ऐसे करो ऐसे नहीं करो, but that always invariably stems, okay, if you look at it one way, you can say that you're operating from a position of saying I know better than you, but that is not the way my stance is, you know. I just feel that why do you reinvent the zero? अगर एक काम ऐसे किया हुआ है और वो ठीक से हो रहा है वैसे, तो why do you want to reinvent and, you know, take longer over it?
So who's going to decide that? You or them? They also have
Yeah, so
to-
that is where the control is, na. If
yeah.
I am deciding, it's my control.
Yeah.
But
So
ये सब hindsight में समझ आता है.
so point is aa to raha hai. There are a lot of people who are not even understanding that. So can you acknowledge that and go like, okay, what else is possible here?
Yeah. And the other thing is, but when other people are trying to control me, मुझे
Hmm.
बहुत टाइम लग जाता है समझने में कि they are trying to control, because I give in very easily.
Yeah, because
I
you,
give in to other people's controlling, but when I want to control, I don't give in. You see the dichotomy?
true, but I mean, I would love what Harry and Smriti got to say, but I would give you that space. If you all did not judge, it's a very beautiful, valid point what you're saying. We all go through these kind of loops where we misidentify or we realize it later that I was controlled or I was controlling. But the point is, at least we get it sooner or later. You need to go like, okay, now what? Are we like to be in that story that I was cheated or I was hurt or I was mistreated there? Once you're getting that space, catch yourself. This is a space when we all, from access or any other modalities, whatever works for everyone, get present. What's the true value of allowing people to, mistreat us or control us? Because when we allow someone controlling us, the underlying one is because I don't want to be present there. So how much do you all love checking out? Because checking out is a more easy than being present with ourselves.
And also, what action are you taking to be an allowance of whosoever is trying to control you? Yet, when you are being present with the control factor, what if that's another way of manipulating the whole situation?
So can I add something to this? Anju,
Sure.
when you were talking about control, so whether you are being controlled or whether you're controlling, either ways, it's not creating anything. And as Rashi mentioned, the moment you become aware of it, once you're aware, you have now the choice to change it. So that's the beauty of everything. Now, when you're trying to control someone, because you're like when you mentioned, like why reinvent the wheel, because it's already there is a tried and tested method. But what you're not willing to realize is at that moment is that how much of possibilities are you cutting off, because when you allow people to have a space of their own awareness and to choose based on that, then they are able to bring more possibilities to that same creation and add on to it, which just creates greater for everything, for everybody, as well as for that creation. Now, when it comes to being controlled, like you just mentioned that sometimes I allow myself to be controlled by people and I realize it much later. That is mostly when you're not willing to trust your awareness or trust yourself. When you're willing to trust yourself, when you're willing to be really, really present with um, yourself, is when you will be able to see that where is the other person functioning from and what is the agenda behind that and what is it creating for us or for me. Also, what happens is, like as Harry mentioned earlier, where we end up interacting with people, maybe mentors, who it suits them to keep you contained and small and within their control. So what they'll do is they'll insist that whatever you choose only with us, or don't choose at all, or I'm going to, there's an underlying threat that shows up where I'll dismiss you, or I will not really be very present with you, or how can you choose someone else, because how can you do this? So they'll make you feel guilty for choosing something else. But that's where you are actually cutting off your awareness. What Harry and Rashi and I are inviting you to be present with what is fun for you, what is light for you, and what are you aware of? Who will create greater for you? So you're here in this world not to just follow or toe the line, or just be here to as a submissive person for everybody else. Like, you're here to choose to be empowered. You're, especially when in these classes and all that you're doing, you're choosing them to be empowered, to get out of certain situations that are not functioning for you. So now, why are you choosing to be disempowered, or why do you allow people to disempower? This is not for you personally, Anju. It's for in general for people.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, where are you allowing yourself to be disempowered by not being allowed to make your own choices, or what will contribute the greatest to you? Where are you trying to fit in with what is being told to you, or being stuck with, okay, this is the only way things will move forward, and this is, otherwise this person will be offended. Be willing to offend people, yeah, it's your life. You're not here to live your life for anybody else or to be controlled by anyone else. You're here to be empowered and to be that energy of unstoppable. And everything and anything, or anybody who is not allowing you to be that, or who's trying to control you from being that, is not really worth your time. So you just be prepared, be very, very willing to be aware what is going to create greater for you, and be willing to step into that.
But I
Yeah.
have something else to say.
Yes, Sanjay, go ahead.
You know what bothers me more is when I realize that I am kind of insisting कि ये चीज ऐसे ही करनी है. Why can't I just let go? That bothers me more,
But
Do
if
you
it's working
practice allowance?
Hello?
Do you practice allowance?
No. यही तो मुझे समझ नहीं आता है कि मेरे को बाद में क्यों समझ आता है, उस टाइम क्यों नहीं मैं छोड़ देती. Why don't I be out of control like Rashi had once told me, and I was very confused the first time I heard it.
So what is controlling people doing for you, or a situation, or a
No, I just feel कि अभी like in a day to day thing कि जल्दी जल्दी हो जाए ना सब कुछ, तो ऐसे ही कर लो तो जल्दी हो जाएगा.
See, let's take for example in business, if you're micromanaging situations or people or your staff, that does not really create, because they are now whatever they are doing from a bit of fear that, oh, if we do it the wrong way, or so and so will not like it, or Anju ma'am might not like it. So they are like literally treading eggshells or walking on eggshells, and they're not really enjoying that. So when you are imposing control, that's not a fun energy in any aspect. So what if you could actually ask them and be present? Okay, hey, I see you doing this differently. what are you aware of? And if you can just take me through what exactly do you have in mind? How do you plan to do this? And then even if you want to tell them, let them know, ask them in a question form, and that's what starts shifting and changing the energy. When you ask them a question, then they realize sometimes they might be making mistakes. But when you ask them a question, okay, cool, is this the best way possible, or is there any other way you can choose to do it? Then they start realizing that, hey, okay, they stop to think, and at times they can be very present also. So that's what.
I do that also sometimes, but you know what bothers me more is my own self. Why am I not being able to get out of this syndrome?
Anju,
That
you
is
know,
what bothers me.
Keep
you
judging
know,
yourself a lot then.
There is no why.
Keep judging yourself. And
Yeah,
ask
you're
a question
right.
here. Ask a question here. What do I need to do and be that would allow this to change with total ease?
Yes,
Play with
yes,
that
you're
question
right.
and stop smothering yourself with the judgments about you.
Yeah, I judge myself too much.
So you
also,
can just like undo that judgments because you know where you're judging yourself.
Yeah.
also, Anju, now that you're aware, now you have a choice to change it. So
Yes,
you don't have to figure out how you will change it. It's just a choice to step into choosing something far different.
how is the biggest question?
It's just a choice.
Just a
Okay, this is
choice.
not
Yeah.
fun. I'm changing. It's
That's what being present with yourself means. Rashi?
It does to an extent, but it's the willingness. When you guys have the willingness, if you guys all look at into an area of your life where certain things just work for us, and certain areas we are very clear this is not working, the money is not working, or relation, or this control. Point is, we don't want to step up. When you make a true demand, not just, oh, I wish that demand, it's not like a brain energy, it's more, you know what, I'm going to change this. That true,
Yeah.
that fire, that belly, what you have in you, to make a demand from that energy. When you move from that space, it will allow to have a different reality.
And
It doesn't feel wrong when
I'll
you're like,
add.
yeah, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Complete. Then I'll add.
I was just saying that it's not wrong when we go in that why happened to me and how will I change, or the loop of judgments. Point is, it's serving us. We all are claiming I don't want to get into this trap and everything. The point is, the reason we are allowing it is because we can. And those are the people, simple, they can. It's a two-way stream. It's like my window is open and the next door is open. So the transaction can happen. It's never personal. But what we make it real, we make it personal about it, that how come I became the victim here? So when you know it's not creating more, are we all ready to have something, a different reality? It's not from the how of who will come and do it. It's not going to, sorry to say, no fairyland or any wand is going to come in tomorrow to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. All tools and everyone, facilitators or from every modalities that space can hold for us, that, you know, at a bigger way. But the final thing, it's like literally, I've said this many times, only you can chew your food. We can get that food till your mouth, but the chewing part, you guys have to do it. Yeah, Hari.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just gotta ask here, what judgments and what are the other control factors which you are using against you to control you, where you're not allowing yourself to change your own situation?
Yeah, you're bang on. It never helps. It just makes everything worse.
Yeah, what action can you take to change that? You have to be
That's
present
what
with
I was
that
saying.
question.
Na? Be more conscious, be more aware.
So that's
You're just saying it, you're not being present with what action you need to take to change this. We can't change it. We can just give you some question, like Rashi also said, get food to your mouth, but eventually you have to chew it.
हाँ,
And
खुद ही करना पड़ेगा.
eventually you are the one who's gonna choose to change.
Yeah.
So that. Anyone, any other questions? Okay.
Aradhana, I think,
I wanted to say, even is she there still?
Yeah, she's there.
So,
I do. I
No,
do.
I don't have anything to say. I just was
Okay.
hello to everybody.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Hello, good to
Aradhana.
see you. Good to see you
Good to
all.
see
I'll
you.
say, Shivani, I'll say hello to everybody. Yeah.
And
Thank
big
you.
hug to you.
Same here. Thank
You
you.
want to
So
contribute
nice to be here.
something?
Would
Hmm.
you like to add something to this, Aradhana?
No, I'm just being here. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool. So, continuing a bit on the topic, people usually put what they think they need to make more significant and real in order to make it more significant as a primary personality of theirs, instead of actually being and creating from being an acoustical wavelength of possibilities, where you have the spherical awareness, where you are so present with everything that's going on in everyone's world, and yet be really, really present that, okay, in spite of all that, I still have a choice and I'm going to choose what works for me instead of being uh, stuck with in a no choice universe. So let me,
Uh,
yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry. If I would like to add, there's only one thing for Anju was that what if it's okay for you not to change? And what if it's okay if you can't change it? Can you have that allowance of you to be, not being able to answer, not being able to do it? Can you receive yourself as and being stupid? Are you willing to be stupid? Just that. Like it's okay. Can you stop beating yourself for that? Once you have that allowance of that, that might give you another choice to change it. But until you are not ready to, spare yourself of this, like I have to, and I cannot. If you're telling yourself I cannot, you'll never able to do it anyways because you are already commanding I cannot. But it's okay, I cannot. I'm okay with that. If you receive that, probably then you might look at the choices Hari and Rashi and Smriti is giving you.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I never looked at it like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So I
Who
have
else
a
has a question?
question to all of
I think there
those.
are one or two in the chat.
Yeah, do you want to take them? I just meanwhile would like to ask people like what really made them choose to jump onto the call? What's the point behind
Pages we
the
have.
call?
And there's a question through on syndrome on money and relationship when control is deciding other person's action. I mean, that's written from Sachin, but I did not understand what's the whole context.
We take Tejaswini first.
Yeah,
And
and Sachin, if you're okay later, then if you could unmute later. Tejaswini, go ahead, please.
Audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. So my question is, जैसे कभी लड़ाई झगड़ा होता है, लोग एक दूसरे के लिए कुछ बोल देते हैं. And usually what I see is people probably forget it easier than what I can forget. I keep holding on to it for a long time. कभी कभी तो कुछ लोग मुझे बोलते हैं, अरे इतना ये याद मत क्या करे. Everybody tells me तुम्हारा अच्छा memory है, and you keep remembering the same thing, keep holding on to the same thing. And then somewhere I go into the wrongness of that. So can you help me to have more awareness on that front?
So usually when you don't get a closure or you're not able to respond to whatever that person is saying, and then you keep on judging yourself and you keep feeling bad that how could so and so say this to me, and
Exactly. Wow.
yeah. So it's basically not a closure, right? Secondly, the thing is, when you're present with what the energy that somebody is being, and when you are able to see that and tackle it immediately, then there is no, because now you've already dealt with it, then there is nothing, there's no lingering energy anymore because you've at that moment dealt with it. So that also stems from the willingness to acknowledge that yes, people can be mean, they can be nasty, they may not really wish well for me. And when you acknowledge that about certain people, they're showing you what they are. Yet we tend to still keep looking at them through rose-tinted glasses, and we keep thinking that it must be just my imagination. I must be thinking they really cannot be that mean and bad. So when you're willing to see people for what they're showing you, that's the first step towards being more aware with and present with them. And yeah, so it's just when you are able to sort of handle that situation or give it back to them is when you will be more present and you won't have that lingering energy anymore. And even if now you do feel that way about certain people, you can still address it and say, hey, you know what, this happened, and I was really upset and hurt. And what made you choose that? Or be that energy with me, and just sort it out. It's just a closure. When you don't get a closure, then it keeps lingering on. So
And I will just add, like, if you
Sometimes
feel
pe-
it's too much to confront, you can always play, and the energy is always to play diplomatic, like, manipulate the energy. You can say, I'm confused. What were you trying to say here or be here? So you'll start
at
knowing
times
when you start
people are
being present to
literally
that energy, he or she
हाँ,
will start telling you the truth, what they really were trying to do that. And that gives you the space. Would you want to still allow them to control or treat you in a certain way? Or you want to change that energy and go like, what do you know?
oh wow, that's a blast actually. Yeah, they are mean and at
I
times
can't hear her. Can you
that,
guys hear her?
yeah,
yeah, is it
Our
better
voice
now?
is a little bit breaking.
Yeah.
Is it better?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying is, yes, I was not allowing myself to acknowledge that these
Is
people are being
Tejaswini audible?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't hear her.
Tejaswini, do you want to like switch off your
I
camera?
also can't hear her. अभी
Okay.
better है?
Now
Yes.
now I can hear you. So I
Okay.
was saying from the space that when you don't like to confront people, you can always play this manipulative of saying, I'm confused. When you
Wow.
address from that energy, it just goes like, that person gets to get very this thing. I want to explain you because that's the human nature. Because I want to show that I know everything or I want to explain you. So that other person unknowingly will give you a justification what he or she's trying to do that with you that time. And then that gives you the space that how much you're giving that person the power to control you or create that issue in your reality.
कभी-कभी, ma'am, what happens is the person is in a position where they would like to take an undue advantage of their age or seniority or the respect that we offer to them. And they keep emphasizing तुम्हें वैसा ही करना होगा जैसे मैं बोल रही हूँ या बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि वही सही है. So पूरा नार्सिज्म का चैप्टर मैंने पढ़ा हुआ है through foundation and classes. फिर भी when it comes to face it when the person is screeching and throwing that toxic energy at me, वो बहुत बार मैं फेल हो जाती हूँ और बाद में मुझे बहुत उसका बुरा भी लगता है.
Okay,
So
what if you played with the energy flows in a way that you knew you couldn't fail? Go from that point of view.
Can you please elaborate? I didn't quite get it because उसका trauma इतना suddenly show हो गया. Trauma बहुत बड़ा word है,
Is it
but
his
it just
trauma or
showed up
yours
in my
trauma?
stomach. No, mine one because of the screeching they projected at me.
Okay. Do you remember the energy flows from the foundation?
Yes, I do.
Can you play with the energy flows without a judgment that you will fail?
And in that, be present. What do they require? Flow or whatever we can't express the whole thing out here because we don't know who's done it. So just get
Okay.
present. Kisko us waqt kya chahiye? And without any point of view, which is the main thing.
you can literally just ask what energy flows can I play with at this moment
Person that
to outcreate the situation. Body just
Okay.
create whatever energy flows are required.
You can build a
Wow.
muscle over a time period also. Don't worry about it.
and that space. Don't go in
When
your
I was
don't
when
go
I was explaining all that to you, my stomach suddenly swell. I could sense it, and I'm choking a little bit. It's a huge deal of energy I'm holding on to. ऐसा तो कितने लोगों का कचरा मैंने hold किया रहेगा. That's so stupid of me.
No, it's not stupid. It works for you. So if you didn't judge yourself, can you have fun in that? And
And you can change it now also.
that.
And other people's insecurities is not your problem to deal with, right? So when people are being that energy and that bossy, aggressive energy, somewhere they are also a bit insecure. So they feel that they need to impose their points of view on you, and they get to control you, and that makes them feel really powerful. So
Wow.
first of all, acknowledge your own potency, acknowledge how powerful you are, that someone needs to actually keep pushing you to the limit and trying to control you so that they can feel better about themselves. So, and if you do not have to make any of this relevant, Just be present, do whatever energy flows are required, and say, okay, what do I have to be and do to create this? And also one more thing, when people are talking to you, they are also responding to a judgment that they think you have about them, right? So that's the time when someone is shouting at you, that the best thing that you can do is lower your barriers, expand your being, and let go of all your judgments about them, all the resistance, everything. Just let go, drop all that, and now they will not have anything to respond to. So when you are a blank space, they don't have anything to respond to or say to you, and literally within like 5 minutes or so, they'll just go blank, and then they'll be like, okay, cool. And yeah, the energy flows are really, really amazing. Please go through, revise your foundation notes, and see how you can use those.
Wow, thank you so much. Can we run something or clear out some energy in my stomach? I'm feeling too heavy and choking a little.
Who does that belong to?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that easy.
Yeah.
Literally
Thank
that.
you so much. Yeah.
And
Thank you so much.
also everything you're resisting with that, all the fire in your belly that you're controlling because others may not like it or you might end up offending people. Let that go. Let that show
Yeah.
up.
Correct. Wow. Thank you so much.
Knowledge you have the power to have you more. It's a choice.
Ah, that's so great. वैसा सोचा नहीं था मैंने. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, what happens when most people in power, what they do is they keep trying to intimidate others and keep trying to make them choose less for themselves. And that's exactly why we are conducting this call, for people to know that they have a choice every single moment. And they do that to establish their control over you and for also to warn you to not be too big. Right? So that's where you know that you always have a choice. Nobody can stop you unless you are giving them permission to. So when someone is being this weird bossy energy with you, just be blank, like no expression, nothing in your space, and lower your barriers. And when you start occupying a lot of space, they don't have anything to respond to. And that at that moment eases out the situation. And then at that moment, you also step in and say, okay, cool. What choices can I make today that my future self will thank me for? What is available to me? And if I was truly choosing for myself, what would I choose? And be present to that and still choose.
Beautiful. Its consciousness is to be practiced more and more, and it always gives you more expansion. उसका कभी end नहीं है. Every time it gives you a different experience and different expansion. Seriously, thank you so much.
And every time you ask a question, it changes your reality, and keep on asking questions.
That's true, Harpreet. So true it is. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If Sachin is around, he wants to ask his question.
Yeah,
What is-
I'm here.
Okay.
Just one thing, like I added on what is control basically. That
Mhm.
as per me, control is deciding somebody else's, actions. But now, what I felt in my case was that basically all my growing up years, I was controlled by my family or basically my father. But then when I kind of moved out from the control or, did a few things which, where I felt that he's not no longer controlling me, but I didn't feel that I have anything else to do in life. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Yes.
मतलब मुझे लगा कि like what to do now? Like now that he cannot control me, I had nothing else to do. So I was in a that's why I mentioned कि it's like more like, then I researched on that, it's called Stockholm syndrome. But then मुझे उसमें समझ नहीं आया कि like how to go about or how to navigate my way ahead. And I still sometimes feel that like I feel safe with my father's controlling. Like maybe his decision is right, or maybe I should have followed that. So how do I deal with that? Although that has been counterproductive for me, like his decisions in my life, but then I still somewhere feel safe that whatever he is saying is right for me.
What
But
would you
some-
like to choose, Sachin?
I want to choose myself only because later down, after in hindsight, I always regret that oh, why did I choose his opinion then?
So when
But that
Harry
like
mentioned
that safety thing, I just want to be secure. That's my whole like with I have a lot of fear when I'm taking decision on my own or what my heart wants that way.
so somewhere you mentioned about navigating through the
Yeah,
situation,
my way ahead. Yeah. Hmm.
but it also is one of the ways you always give yourself an answer. So what do you need to do and be to navigate through all of this with total ease and be present with what shows up? And
Like
if
I've I have a lot of confidence issues. Like I don't become मतलब I don't do what my heart feels with confidence. Like that fear and lack in confidence is there whenever I'm following my heart. So how do I deal with that? That's what I'm.
that also may stem from a fact that you've been brought up by controlling parents. So then you always constantly looking at them for approval, for their approval. So the confidence issue mainly will stem from there. Like, am I making the right choice? Am I good enough? Can I do this? And you'll turn back just always to look for approval. And somewhere that also creates trying to fit in with your friends, with everybody else, and that does not allow you to have a sense of who you are and what you would like to create. So
Hmm.
my invitation, our
Also, like
like
I have that एकदम से fear होता है ना कि like oh I have nothing to fall back. If I go wrong, if I you know if my decision doesn't go right, I have nothing to fall back upon. That security is missing in life.
if you lose, if you
There's
will,
no backup plan type sort of a situation.
Sachin, if you lose everything, will you be able to
Hmm.
create again?
Hopefully. I have done that, yeah, but still I don't say it loud. I don't have the, you know, confidence to say it loud that I will be able to create it again. Yeah.
Can you think of all the situations where you've actually created something on your own?
Yes. Yes.
What was it fun?
It was risky, but yeah, fun. And even I surprised my own self. Like, yeah.
And
Why?
did that thing really create?
Sorry?
When those things happened, what Smriti gave you the space, did those things really, really create for you?
A lot. Like, I got a lot of respect. Like, oh, he did that at this age. Yeah. That
so, are you
happened.
willing to surprise yourself all over again?
Yes, I like that kick, but though that fear only, I'm just that
So
fear only I'm not able to let go, or my
you can also
confidence issues,
you can
as I
also
mentioned.
smother yourself with all the judgments about you.
It's the same thing what how we were talking to Anjuji earlier. It's a choice. When you know you guys have tasted that space, now it's a free will or choice. Would you like to have more of it?
Like with my boss, like I know a lot of things now, like I know it in my head, but then that expression is lacking. You know that I cannot even say कि like I'll just do it. But then she is also like कि like तुमने कभी बोला नहीं, like oh,
Okay,
you
it's
know
not,
I'm not expressing things.
yeah, it's not about saying, it's about being the energy. It's like in simple words, if you guys taste the best coffee of this reality, wouldn't your
Hmm.
standards change?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Wouldn't you look for more to have that more? Or you'll be like, okay, I'd rather go have that the road coffee, which is for $10, or to any ordinary cafe or make it at home. It will take care because it's a coffee. But once you've tasted that, wouldn't you want to desire to have that space that was the best coffee you ever had?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what would a person do for that?
Like maybe like look for similar situations or you know something which brings the same result.
And if you really want to have that coffee again, what will you do?
Go to the same shop or you know follow the same pattern.
Okay, if it works, fair. If not, can you really be, as you said the earlier one also, you would look ways which could match up. So what
Yeah,
energy
right.
you were being that willingness to have it. Now you have
Like now I want to grow more. Like I've reached a certain level which like as I mentioned, ki, like I surprised myself ki I could do this thing which I never imagined while growing up or while even in my 20s कि मैं ये life में करूँगा. But then now I'm doing it. Now I want to like get back to something like related to
Okay.
what I was doing previously in my life, but then
Okay.
with the like with the bank sort of a situation. Ki, like oh, like
Okay.
now like
But
now
if you come out
I
of your
have some.
story, what action would you require? It's a choice. We all will have a story here.
And are you willing to surprise
Hmm.
yourself again?
Yeah. It's a choice. You want to surprise yourself every day, or you want to live a mundane life. None of the two.
I'll surprise myself. Sorry.
Yeah. It's about just making a demand.
Not surprised, but I'll of course want to grow. Like and now I feel oh.
So choose it. And only you can choose it.
But I think growth comes with surprises. So like
The only
hota hai.
but
That will
which you
go hand in
use
hand.
is, the only but you use is to sit on, and
Yes.
stop using the BUT instead of the BUTT. So would you like to
Sorry, I
choose
didn't
now to
understand.
surprise yourself?
Sachin,
I didn't understand.
I will just leave you with one note that if you are not choosing a greater life for yourself, if you are not focusing on what you'd really, really like to create in your life and choosing that, then guess what? Others start choosing for you and they
That's
want
very true. That
they,
has
they want
happened.
they want you to fit in with their agendas and they don't really have your best interest in hand. So in heart. So just if you really want to create it, this is your life. You're not here to live your life for anybody else. You're here to live your life for yourself. And what is fun for you? What is it that you are looking to create? If you don't know how to choose that, start asking questions. What choices can I make today that my future self will thank me for? What talents and abilities do I have that I've never ever acknowledged that if I were to acknowledge would open up a whole new world of possibilities for me? Start being present to that. What do I have to be into to outcreate this? Okay, this energy is not fun. What do I have to be into? What choices can I make? And end of the day, as Rashi mentioned, it's a demand in your world that allows you to outcreate anything that's not working for you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll work around this.
Great. Thank
Cool,
you.
awesome. I think
Divya?
Divya has a question.
Yeah.
Hi Divya, go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, I am little confused. I'm controlled like, well, I think I will do start my exercising SS bar or pranic killing. But when I decide I only do for one day, then I stop for few days. So I'm not able to come out of that phase.
Okay. So what do you love? Is it wrong that you have to work every day?
See, but I need to work, but I'm not able to.
What is the need? It's a needy
Well,
to prove it.
I'm a pranic killer.
Mhm.
So my son needs pranic killing now, but I am giving professionally. I'm paying somebody else to do it, but I'm not doing it. And it's not that I don't have time. I'm ample of time.
But if it's still more easier to pay someone and get it done, is it wrong?
No, 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 no. It's not easy because it's also after some time it will pinch me.
So it's all conclusion.
But I'm not able to start. Matlab, what is stopping me from doing continuous thing? I am not able to understand.
You need to be honest. Is it really fun for you to do the modality practice? Or it's more fun to just learn and learn and learn?
Matlab, it's like it's like I should learn, and I should not apply everywhere. Matlab, for Soam also, I am not doing SS bar. Matlab, I've learned from him for him only, but I'm not giving him SS bar. Matlab, it's from 2.5, 3 months.
So you need to be honest. Can you acknowledge that आपके पास वो space है, you can learn it. But you're fighting that energy that when I learn, I have to do into the do-do list. What if you all could just learn? Because in learning, You are contributing something in your consciousness.
But I learned for something, na, ki I'm helping him, but I am not getting that kick to start doing on him.
And what helps you get that kick?
मतलब I don't, मतलब I'm not able to, मतलब I know he needs. I have learned for him only, and he only forced me to do it.
Okay, how
To
many
learn.
story procrastination points of views do you have that you keep on spiraling into that? What if you let them go?
Can you pardon, please? मतलब I just missed something. I think so.
Yeah, that's what. How many procrastination point of views you have that you keep on spiraling in that story that you're not willing to let go of? What if now is the time to let it go and have something different? Like it was mentioned earlier as well, is it's to have a demand in your life to change this. Until unless you're gonna demand to change this and you're not gonna choose this, it's not gonna work for you. You'll just keep on repeating that story over and over and over again.
Yeah, that too I'm facing. Well, I did many moralities before also, and I'm not pursuing it as my career. But I want to build a career, but I am not able to.
Can you
Okay.
first be honest? Would you even like to have a career in that? Or it's a conclusion? It's like same
Like,
thing.
I want to
Study.
have work for something, but I don't know what to work for.
So can we first be present with that energy? आपको पसंद क्या है? There are so many people who do engineering or study XY thing while growing up. Are everyone really following that path? Does that make them?
No,
No.
but I love to learn, but I am not
Exactly.
able to implement in that in my life any of the things which I have learned till yet.
So,
So
what action do you need to take to implement it?
So what action,
Give
मतलब
it
should
that
I ask?
question. Give it
Acha,
that question. What action do I need to take to implement this?
what
ask this
action do
question.
I need to take to implement this? Okay.
Ask this daily and be present what shows up for you.
What question? नहीं, what action
Do I need to take
do I need to take for
to
implementing?
for implementing whatever you desire or bring this to fruition?
Okay.
You'll get the recording, so you can take down the question from that also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Akshara has a question. You can come online, Akshara.
Hi. Hi, Smriti. Hi, Rashi.
Hi.
Yeah, so I have a question. So basically, I mean, I have a lot of point of views regarding the money thing and the relationship. So, in few cases, I'm being controlled, actually, I believe. No, that's again an interesting point of view, but that's what is happening. So basically, I'm usually ending up losing the money. Whoever I give the money, it doesn't return. It doesn't come back to me. And previously, what happened was my previous land lady, she did not give the deposit to me. So I knew that, like, I should not hand over the keys. I knew all of those. But where my consciousness is going, where my awareness is going in such cases, I'm not understanding that I gave her the keys, and also I gave her, like, that whatever the dues of electricity and other things that were there. Like, I deliberately, like, I paid upfront, and I said, like, you completely transfer this amount, and I trusted, hoping. This hope and trust is, like, bothering me a lot.
So, is a question about hope and trust, or is it totally about money?
um no, money only, actually.
So, what do you hate
Money and the
about
relation.
money? So, what do you hate about money that you actually ask it to go away from you?
um I mean, maybe it's hard to earn. I have it in my subconscious
So, would you
mind.
like to let go of those points of view as unasked, where you can have more money and where you are inviting such people in your life where you just give them money and then make your life harder? What if that's something you can change now?
And is this that your control, that you'll attract people who will make you lose your money because you don't like to have money?
Okay.
And where are you
So
not willing to be the killing energy? Like, how dare you mess with me?
yeah, I have that. I'll prove you this. How dare you mess up with me? I'll definitely prove you this.
And what you don't have to prove, you just have to be that energy, holding that space in your world that no damn person can mess in my reality. It's being present with yourself. And be honest, when this happened to you, weren't you already aware that this would get created?
Yeah.
We always know that that's the control we want to, because the underline is because you said for money, you don't like to have. So you're looking for people where people will cheat you or will charge you more, or things will come and just go, because that's the control. I cannot have money.
Yeah, if you have a lot of spare money, then I'm happy to receive it to my account. I'm really happy.
We all are.
So what around
Yeah.
so what's your main point of view behind
Not having money.
relationship thing? So if you have a very weird relationship with money and with you, you're gonna create problems for you. So what if you look at those points of views and let them go?
Yeah. Right. I'll do it definitely, because I think it's all about underneath that somewhere I have like again I have like only through this source I should receive the money, and this person has to do like this. So this is a again he has to do like this because maybe it is because money is not controlling. I'm controlling it.
I
I'm
can I
being
ask
the
you
control
something?
over here.
Like, have you
Yes,
done How
Latvia.
to Become Money workbook?
Yes, I've done.
Would you like to go over it again? Couple of days? All the
Yep,
questions?
Yeah.
Just go over them again.
And see
sure.
what,
5 days.
get present with that energy. Where are you controlling that?
Okay. Yeah,
And also
I'll
the
go over it again.
unwillingness to receive.
Yep, sure. And my second question is about the relationship. Like I'm being, in a legal battle since 10 years. I'm not able to close that. So I think last time also I asked few questions regarding it, Smriti. So, but still again, it's in the same situation. I'm not able to come. All the tools I used of foundation, and even I ran the exit stage. Nothing. What else is possible? I don't know.
What exactly is the legal thing happening? If you can sort of
It's
just.
it's a divorce, which is basically which I'm going through. So the divorce is not happening because basically it is my ex-husband who has filed. So, and after he filed, I've had a proof that like he had certain fertility issues. So which I did not produce it before. So I produced it when he had filed the divorce. So it was a separation because of some fight in a family, and my father-in-law basically had beaten me up because I also was arguing a lot. So he had beaten me up, and like after that, I there was a separation. Like the husband said, "I'll make a separate house," but he filed a divorce suddenly within 3-4 months. When I went to my
Do
maternal
you,
family,
do you
when
want
like
to, do you want to be with him or you want to let him go?
I want to let him go. I want to let him go, but the thing is, he is having that a grudge against me. So
If,
how can you put
if
this?
he's filed for a divorce, just allow that. What's holding it back?
My jewelries which are with him,
I
Okay,
don't
just say
want to lose it.
my money, basically again
Yeah,
underneath the
because
same thing came.
so what if you lose the control of having all of this? How much more you'll receive you? And you always have a choice to create more. But you're making it more real that when this fight reduces, he'll give me something. So I better be still in his good books. So is it real? How much are you controlling to not show up as a true you here? When you're making him more powerful than you, because he just have some amount of money and jewelry of this reality. Where are you not ready to acknowledge how potent are you?
Yeah.
This is real in this reality. I like it. Like, we all believe that, when I have some certain family or amounts or anything, we believe we'll not be able to do it. But we forget the reason they all could even have it. It was you who were the creator energetically, and they were just a byproduct of giving you in the real world. So when you could have him, you can always have someone else later, or you could yourself show up to create that energy.
Also, if you do not have to make the jewelry very relevant, what else would open up for you? If you were willing to let go of that jewelry and not make it that relevant, that will invite you to a space of creating, like as Rashi mentioned, like create more for yourself. Also, when you're willing to let it go, be willing to be that, and yet at the same time, be willing to have it too. So you can connect with that jewelry energetically and ask it to come to you in whichever way possible. You can do that. So where are you not willing to actually use the molecules, the elementals, and everything else to invite more possibilities or have what you would like to really have?
Wow, I'm having goosebumps on my body, Smriti.
Just to
Thank
make it
you.
relevant,
Don't make it relevant. And be honest, do you really desire that?
be willing to lose it all
Yeah, Rashi.
and yet be willing to choose it still. Yeah. And everywhere you're just holding on to the divorce so that, it's like you're choosing to keep yourself stuck where it's not allowing you to move ahead in life. So what's the value of that? And what is it creating for you? And what do you love about that? Talk and pod, all of that.
Yeah.
That's also one form of control. Each one of you thinking we are controlling the other one. But who's the loser in this? Like who's losing out? You're losing out on time, which you can actually start using to focus on creating stuff so much bigger and choosing greater for yourself. Acknowledge that you will create that kind of money and that jewelry very soon. Make that demand, start choosing it, start stepping into it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks a lot.
I think it's already been 1 hour.
Yes,
This
we are.
call is just a 20-minute short call. And just so grateful for each one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this. And I think Harry and Rashi, we should create more such calls.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
You can always
Thank
put
you
in
so much.
what other topics
Thank you, Harpreet. Thank you, Rashi.
Smile,
Thank you
please.
so much.
Smile, please. Let us
Fun.
have a picture. Smile, please.
Thank you so much.